Portugal against Uruguay. Cristiano Ronaldo against Luis Suarez, two veteran strikers who, their best days might be behind them, but they're still capable of really ripping it up, Nick Mendola, when all is said and done. So that battle we're looking forward to. But I feel like a key battle midfield is sort of Fede Valverde against Bruno Fernandes. I feel like fireworks could fly in that particular battle there, and Bentancur and Bernardo Silva. There's some really good battles in this game between Portugal and Uruguay.
I was going to say, keep going, Ruben Neves, Otavio. This is turning out to be in a lot of these games where the teams have been tight, the battle of midfield. Are you controlling that part of the pitch? Are you getting the ball to your attackers? And that's the thing I think that gives Portugal a little bit of an edge here, is it's not just distribution. It's guys like Bruno and Neves who want to shoot as well. And I am starting to think I slept too much on Portugal because
me too.
because of Ronaldo, honestly, because I've watched what he's done. And maybe I was also a little bit annoyed by that Manchester United interview before he, but I think not realizing that he isn't their team anymore. And, all those videos that have gone around saying like, yeah, you want him to contribute, kind of like we talked about Messi yesterday, but the other pieces around him are so good. And if it wasn't for the fact that I think Uruguay with Jimenez and some of their backs as well, I mean, Diego Godin still doing work at his age. It is going to be at times a little bit of, unstoppable force versus immovable object, because I think Portugal's going to get their chances. But how good are those chances going to be?
Yeah, that's key, right, Andy? Because we saw against Ghana, they weren't great defensively, but going forward, Felix and Rafael Leao late on, I mean, they finished it off impeccably and got the job done in the end. But they're probably not going to get as many quality chances against Uruguay, given how stubborn they are. We saw it against South Korea. I mean, wasn't the best flowing display, and Nunez and Cavani when he came on, and Suarez hardly touched the ball in that game. And it was typical kind of Uruguay just playing themselves into a tournament. We've been here before with them, haven't we? So this is the game I think when we need to see them step it up a few notches and take the game to Portugal. So it's a really interesting balancing act. And Portugal can maybe, like we said with those other teams, getting that first win in their first game, can afford to be maybe a little bit more cautious in this game compared to Uruguay.
Yeah, I do think that'll be the approach for Portugal in this game, because Uruguay, I think there's a lot more to come from this team. I think a lot of people have probably underrated them in this tournament as well. And this matchup specifically, looking at Danilo back there on the back line for Portugal, it's a problem spot. It was in the first game. It's a big reason why they conceded two of the goals that they did. And so I look at the way that Uruguay's squad is made up and the way that they lined up in that first game. If you've got two kind of natural, true, lethal, dangerous center forwards on the field at all times in Darwin Nunez and Luis Suarez and Pellistri, who offers something really nice underneath, that's going to pose a lot of problems for Portugal. I could see them having to outscore every team they play at this tournament just to get results because of the way their defense is. And as much talent as in the midfield, it's not really defensive midfield talent. It's all on the ball. It's all technical. It's all a little bit creative. And that's great. But when you don't have the ball and you don't have that kind of, superstar defender back there, and I know they've got Ruben Diaz, but if you don't have that human eraser, you find yourself in trouble a lot.
You know what I'm looking forward to in this game the most? I'm looking forward to Fede Valverde celebrating a tackle like it's a goal again, like he did the other day. So I love that guy. He's having a great season for Real Madrid, and him and Bentancur, I think they've just kind of gone under the radar, right? You're right. People have slept on Uruguay. I know you guys both hadn't gone really deep in this tournament. So this is a big game, though. They need to get at least a point out of this to set them up for that big, it is a grudge match against Ghana in the final group game, given what happened in the 2010 World Cup. So, that's going to be a really fun one, Uruguay against Portugal.